What's up, fellas? It's the Barely Beauties. We got Nick Librizi, my boy from Southern Maine. This episode is sponsored by Gladiator Energy. We got all three flavors. We got black cherry, we got orange, and we got tropical. Black cherry is actually sold out. Go give this a try online on the website. The Barely Beauties, we've hit a milestone. Nick Librizi is one of the milestones of the 30th episode. I'm fired up today.
Let's go. 30 episodes. Love that for you.
Yep. Here we go. And Nick Librizi is the 30th episode. He's my boy. It's a pleasure to have you on here, man.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah,
Excited.
bro. All right. Me and Nick Librizi, we go way back to the Husky days.
Yep.
But we're going to start off with the NC State. So, guys, he goes to NC State. He plays hockey there. So he recently just played at PNC, which is the Canes Arena. So can you tell me a little bit about that whole thing? You guys are playing UNC, right?
Yep. That's a big rivalry game. They do it every year. This was my first year playing on it. I've watched it in the past because I've had like one of my best friends named Alex Fong. He just graduated from NC State. He played on the hockey team. So I've been to it in person and watched it on TV multiple times before, but I've never actually gotten to skate on it. So I was very, very excited for that this year.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I mean, so Nick lives in you live in Raleigh, right?
Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where
Yeah.
NC State is. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. So that's unordinary to play in PNC. Like you don't get that opportunity a lot. It's huge arena, and it wasn't like a dressed like a seat night. There was everyone there from both towns. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. I think the final count was 6,300. Um, a lot of the lower bowl was pretty much completely packed. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Um, like I remember like going out for like one of my first shifts and just like looking out and seeing everybody there. I mean, I had never played in front of that many people. It was crazy.
Yeah. Was it loud? Was it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like when someone would score, especially state, like just like the pop of the crowd was just
Yeah.
so loud. It was awesome.
You can't really describe it. It's just like boom, like the loudness. It's pretty cool. But so what was that like the week going into it? Was there hype around it? Like, was it you guys call it state week, right?
Well, yeah, I think at least this year my coach definitely scheduled it on purpose. The week that NC State plays UNC in football, because that's obviously a huge rivalry, like school wise. So, kind of wanted to add to that hype a little bit. And at least internally within the locker room, there was so much hype. I mean, we had been talking about it for weeks leading up to it. I mean, obviously we were focused on our other games that week, but it's always in the back of our mind, that big game, especially because it's the last game of the semester. Um, and especially the week leading up to it, we're fully focused on them. We're going hard in practice that week because it's a there's a lot on the line.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at all the other like rival games, like you look at Louisville, Kentucky, like we fucking hated those guys. Like
Yep,
despised them. And even
yep,
in like even in the games you can see it. Like you can see it with Colby and Bowden. Like that wasn't just like an ordinary game. Like those guys were going at it. There was a scrum every 10 seconds, you're
yeah.
cheering.
The videos that you posted, they looked like it was a good game.
Yeah, it was
Like the
cool.
atmosphere looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Who
But
ended up winning?
it ended up going 3-3 overtime. So I couldn't really say, oh yeah, this is kind of
Wow,
cool.
wow.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a good game.
Yeah. Barn burner, faux show. Um, so was it chippy in the game? How was that?
Yeah, it was definitely. There's like a lot of chirping. Like guys are definitely like talking to each other because we definitely don't like them and they don't like us. And
Yeah.
they got like new jerseys right before, and the pictures turned out pretty brutal. You couldn't even tell how they would look at first. So
Yeah.
so
Were you
guys were giving it to him. I mean, I'm not much of a chirper myself, but I was just giving a few out.
Yeah. Um, yeah, no, you give a few out here and there. Um, but so can you give us the rundown on your goal at PNC?
Yeah, UNC had just scored to make it 3-1. So it was like the shift right after. We won the faceoff and we dumped it in. And somehow it ended up like coming across the crease and I pinched down because I that was like the forecheck we were doing. Like we were encouraged to pinch down and be aggressive. And I knew I could get to that puck. So I pinched down and I beat their forward there. And when I got to their puck, when I got to that puck, one of their defensemen, I like looked over my shoulder and I saw him coming at me. So I just pushed it. I was like right at the hash marks on the wall. So I just pushed it back down the wall and I like spun off the hit that he tried to hit on me. And I was still like kind of off balance. And I wasn't not expecting the puck. But T Mac, he had the puck, he gave it right back to me. And because I wasn't expecting the puck, I had to like kind of take an extra stick handle. And I didn't think I was going to get the shot off, but I did, and I really just tried to get it off. But I just remember seeing the lane and seeing it like go over his like shoulder, and like I can still like picture it in my head. And I just, but after that, I honestly blacked out. Like I don't really remember much after that, except I remember like shelling, and then like all the guys were around me. I remember turning around like trying to like point at my parents because I knew where they were sitting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I just got off. It was like a 15-second shift, but I was like, I just need to get off, like end that shift on a good note.
Yeah, what was so you said you blocked out, but what was the celly that you did?
I I think I think I like went down to a knee and like rubbed the ice or something like that. I like I said, I like blacked out. I couldn't even like because I don't know, like a lot of people don't know this, but like here at NC State, like you have if you're a rookie, you have to wear yellow laces until you score a goal for NC State. And and it doesn't matter if you had scored a goal for another like college, like I had scored a goal for USM and we had another guy who scored a goal for App State. Like it's got to be a goal for NC State. And I hadn't scored a goal yet, so I was still wearing my yellow laces and like it's the last game of the semester, so it kind of starts to get to you mentally, starts to get in the back of your head. So like that, so like in the few games leading up to that, I was so close. I was starting to feel it, and so like it felt good to get them off, and for it
Yeah.
to be on PNC, it's just that much cooler, right?
Yeah, that's insane. And I was gonna ask you that. I was like, I was trying to research that. I'm like, no, I'm a fucking idiot. Now, why would I?
No, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
then
It's
I heard the commentator. He goes, "Yeah, Nick Librizi, he doesn't have to wear the yellow laces anymore." I was like,
yep,
"Wow."
yeah. So that's like a thing
Thing.
here at NC State. Yeah,
And then I was like, I looked up Alex Ovechkin. I mean, he wears them, but he just
yeah,
wears them because he likes them.
yeah. It's just like his style,
So I was like, yeah,
and
but
like I've gotten chirped for it. I
yeah,
like
yeah, you're
I
gonna get.
got chirped for it. But you just gotta eat those till you
I,
score.
it's part of the hockey culture at
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you just
That's
got to
cool.
eat those till you score. So
Yeah, the yellow laces. That's funny. Another hockey story that I've like never really heard of. You know.
yeah, yeah. It's I had never heard of it until like my boy Alex Fong went to NC State, and then he obviously had to do it. But I mean, it's unique, so I
Yep.
don't hate it.
And you kind of just had to like soak it up. You're like, all right, I am a rookie here. Like I got to do it. Doesn't matter if I play
Yeah,
them.
it's.
You know.
I mean, it's for anyone though. It's not like just rookies. It's like you have to do it until you score your first NC State goal, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's pretty cool. You
yeah,
know,
it's just kind of like this tiniest little extra motivation to
yeah.
score a goal, right?
Yep. So did you what's the school like? You guys have a pretty good football team.
It's a pretty big school. I'm pretty sure it's got like I want to say like 35,000 like students.
Really?
Um, it's a pretty big campus as well. It's like pretty spread out.
Yeah. I mean, you're coming from a small
Can you
school.
still hear me?
What'd you say? Can you hear me? Oh, hey, let's go. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I don't either.
Hey, dude,
I
damn,
don't know what just happened either.
I think we lost all that footage, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to fucking start it all over again, but damn, I think we just fucking lost it. I
No way.
I hope we didn't. I don't know. I don't think we did. I think this is the same thing. To be honest, I don't know. Whatever.
I heard it say recording stopped, but
Yeah, I don't know. Worst comes to worst, you just fucking give a resum of fucking PNC. Um, but yeah. So I mean, you're coming from a small school from Southern Maine to a big ass school.
yeah,
Um,
it's got like 35,000 kids, and it's a pretty big campus. And I remember, so like I said, I'm from here, and I went to high school around here. And my senior year, I was playing juniors, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna play juniors beyond high school. So I did apply to colleges around here, and NC State was one of them. And I did get in, but I was like, one of the things I wasn't like so sure about was because the campus here is like really like spread out and big, and it kind of has two campuses like USM, but they're not like USM like the one is here, and then there's like they're like pretty kind of like far apart. Like they're a little closer together, but like the campuses are just a lot bigger. And so like that was like a little worrisome for me, but it's not as bad as I thought because everything's really walkable and they have like a really good bus line here. So
yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, and I mean, do you guys have like, all right, let's not talk about fucking school. Fuck that shit. I was gonna talk about the lectures and shit. Like, I guess I'll ask it. Do you guys have, is it like a big lecture class or is it like small classes? What's it like?
it kind of depends, like a lot of like some of your first year classes will be like that. Like I'm in like a geology lecture because I have to
Yeah.
take it, and that's like bigger. But then a lot of the classes for my major are like smaller.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, yeah. Southern Maine, you would get like the one-on-one teachers, that you get the one-on-one.
yeah, it's definitely bigger classes than USM, but it's also a bigger school, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
But
uh,
like at the same time, because it's a bigger school, we also have like some really nice stuff. Like there's a new gym called Carmichael Gym that's like maybe 5 years old that is just a ridiculous facility.
yeah,
Like
great.
it is just like so state of the art and nice. And then like the football team obviously has like sick facilities because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
The basketball team, they have nice facilities. They play at PNC. And the women's basketball team here at NC State is also doing really good this year. They upset UConn this year, so gotta shout them out as well. Um, so like we've got some pretty nice sports here, which attracts a lot of money, and we've got some nice stuff here at NC State. They're building like a $15 million esports facility here at NC State. Yeah,
Esports. You play.
yeah. I mean, NC State has one of the top esports teams. Like, I think NC State has one of the top Rainbow Six Siege teams in the country for like college. Like, it's like, I mean, there's so much money in esports and it's so popular now that
Yeah.
like they're just jumping on it, and I can't even imagine what that facility is going to be like.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, I did have the talk with Zach Smith about Gladiator going into like the esports market, like going in sponsoring guys. You know, you
I
see
mean, dude, there's so much. I mean, like game ever since like COVID, like gaming has just
yeah,
exploded.
blown up. I mean, especially for me, I started jumping on the sticks playing Fortnite with the fellas. You know.
Oh yeah, same here, same here,
Yeah, yeah.
same here. I'm pretty bad, but you know.
Yeah, we've had some good games. You know. Um. All right. So, what's it like? I mean, you guys, huge school. Like, you guys have like a bar scene? Is there like a strip of bars for you?
Yeah, downtown. A lot of people go downtown, Raleigh. There's um, Glenwood Avenue is the road. There's a whole bunch of bars along that road that a lot of people go down to.
Yeah.
And
And then,
there's like a couple. There's like Glenwood Avenue is like just off of campus. But there's like the main road that goes right by campus is called Hillsborough Street, and there's like a couple bars on Hillsborough Street, but it's like mainly downtown um on Glenwood Avenue. But then there's also a lot of frats at NC State. Like there's Greek life is a massive deal here at NC State.
oh, wow.
Um, so like there's a lot of frats, a lot of sororities. So a lot of stuff goes on at their like respective houses, and they host a lot of like formals and events and stuff like that. And there's a few guys on the team that are in frats as well. So like,
Yeah.
they'll like occasionally text about stuff, and they have like girlfriends that are in sororities, and so like there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of Greek life. It's very prevalent. And I'm not personally like involved, but like it's very, very prevalent on
Yeah.
campus for sure.
Breezy as a frat boy. I mean, geez, that'd be nuts.
Yeah, that's not quite me.
Yeah. It's funny seeing like the guys that are on frats in on the hockey team. Like I even thought about it. I was like, it was a thought, like, oh, do I go join like another group of brothers? But yeah, it's so
No, I
what
mean, I think, it's not for me, but like, for the way that I look at it, it's just another way to meet a lot of people,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And like it's a really easy way to meet a lot of people. So I don't blame anyone that wants
Yeah.
to do that.
It's good connections, like
Oh,
later on down the line you'll call your buddy Ricky.
absolutely.
You're like, hey
Yeah.
Ricky, I need a job. Like your
Oh, 100%.
frat brother is gonna give
100%.
you a job. Something like that. But then also, so let's dive back into hockey. Um with the Invisalign Center. You guys play there. Can you tell us about that facility? Like the gyms, the locker room.
Yeah. So it's a really nice facility. It's very new. It got built like right after COVID. Um, it's the Canes practice facility, but they have like their own area like blocked off. And then there's a USP team that plays there as well. And then they have like a hockey school. Um, so it's like they have two sheets at this facility. There's a pro shop there. There's a like cafe and restaurant. So it's like it's a whole thing, right?
Yeah,
But like getting into us specifically, like you go, our locker room is upstairs. It's like between the two sheets, and we have like our own locker room. We have there's like two locker rooms up there that like share bathrooms, but there's a guys and a girls bathroom up there that has in each bathroom has like its own um bathrooms and showers. So like we just use the guys' bathroom obviously. Um and so like we have like our own locker room. There's like the coach's office. We have a stick rack, we have an equipment manager that has like his own little area, and he's like really awesome. He's like the best. He can do legitimately anything we ask him to.
yeah.
And he
And
goes on the road with us. He's got his whole like black trunks case that he brings on the road. Like it is legit. Like he brings the sharpener. I mean, he can do anything we ask him. He's the
Yeah.
best. His name is Jeff Tart, by the way. Shout out Tart.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy. I mean, those guys are unreal.
No, yeah, he's the best.
I I'm blanking on his name, but he's such a beauty. I mean, he saved my hockey career with my skates. Like,
Who at USM?
yeah. Um,
Neil.
Neil's the
Neil.
man.
Shout out Neil. Neil's
Shout out Neil.
also unreal. He could do anything as well. He
Yeah.
could do anything as well. What a beauty that guy was. Shout out Neil Farwell.
Yeah.
USM.
Yes, sir. I mean, he's the man, dude. He saved my damn hockey career, dude.
Yeah, that guy could sharpen a pair of skates.
My skates were damn near broken, and he got the last leg of it, the last life.
Yep.
Pushed me through the season.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, so shout out to the equipment managers, but then we have like it's got like it's like it's like your standard locker room. I'd say it's very comparable to like most junior locker rooms that you see nowadays,
yeah.
or like the USM locker room.
Any like logos or anything in there?
Yeah, we've got like the state logo on the floor in the middle, or the ice pack logo. Excuse me.
Ice pack, nice.
Yeah, got the ice pack logo on the floor in the middle, and then we've got like a um projector and a screen for watching video, and then we've got the whiteboard in there. Pretty standard stuff.
Yep. What about the gym? What's the gym look like?
Yeah, so right next to the locker room, we have like two like indoor shooting things that are like facing each other. Um, they're like fenced in, and then we have like I believe 3 or 4 squat racks right up there, and then we've got like 4 or 5 sets of dumbbells. We share that with the um the junior Hurricanes is the junior team, but then it's also the youth organization as well. So they technically own the weight room up there, but they just allow us to use it.
Mm,
Shout out to them. They just allow us to use it because they're very generous with it.
yeah.
So it has like the junior Canes like logo on it and stuff, and but it's very nice stuff. And then they have like bands to like stretch and do stuff like that. They got rollers, so it's
Yeah.
it's pretty nice stuff up there.
Yeah. So
Oh, and then they've got like 10 bikes, stationary bikes up
yeah,
there. And then like that whole area has like windows and it like overlooks the ice.
yeah.
So it's
That's awesome. I mean, huge setup. It seems like over there. I mean,
yeah, it's a pretty nice setup.
most when you think of like club hockey, you're like, oh yeah, it's in like a shitty barn, and you can't train the way that an NCAA athlete's going to train like. But there, at your facility, you can easily train like a true
Yeah,
athlete.
between the rink and Carmichael Gym, I mean, you have everything you could possibly need to like train and get better. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very, very nice. And then one thing that you talk about with club hockey is, and then one thing that I think really sets apart like our program is like the broadcast that we have for our home games is like it is money. They have multiple camera angles. They have a whole broadcast crew. They have like um ads that show up during the commercials. I mean, um you should see like the whole production crew that they have up there like by the locker room setting this whole thing up. I mean, these people are there before we're showing up, setting up for the games, and they're there like what like cleaning up after we're leaving. But they do an incredible job. I mean, my parents have watched a lot of like broadcasts from like so many different teams and like NC State's is like top notch in
By far,
comparison. It
by
really
far.
is.
I mean, rewatching that like the game film. So when we played you guys, I couldn't believe like the broadcast. Like they had like the NC State um fuck, I can't think of the
It's called Pack TV is what the YouTube channel is on. And so
yeah
like yeah, it's like um the two guys have been doing it for a while. Like they do a really good job. So
yeah that was pretty cool. Um, But yeah, like I mean, you guys got the setup. You guys got like the great gym. You guys got that little locker room. Um, but you guys also have the band, which is crazy. Like,
Yeah, the pep band doesn't show up for every game, but we do try and get them for a lot of the home games. I like having the pep band there. I think it's cool.
yeah, it
I think
adds
it's cool.
like an another element. Like when you're playing there, it's like it's hard to hear, because you got
Yeah,
like
and
yeah,
like especially like you think of like the most electric college football atmospheres, they always have the pep band, right?
mhm,
They always do. And so like we just try and bring that into our atmosphere and it makes it so much better. I love having a pep band there. They sound awesome there.
yeah,
And I just think, like you said, it adds a whole nother element.
yeah. So I mean, you guys get all of it. Like you get the pep band, you get the crazy crowd. I mean, you guys get your the custom gear and stuff, and
Yeah, we are incredibly fortunate,
yeah,
We are incredibly fortunate to have what we have here at NC State for because it hasn't always been like this, you know. Um they used to be at this they used to be at this old rink. It used to be called the Rec Zone and it was called Raleigh Center Ice. They didn't have a locker room there. They did bring their gear home and then they moved to this rink called Iceplex and they had an okay locker room, but they had a locker room, so it was an improvement. And then this new rink got built right after COVID, and they moved into this new rink, and it was another upgrade to the program. So
yeah,
it's been like a lot of improvements over the last like 5 years. The program has gotten a lot better over the last five or so years, and it's in a really good spot, and we're very fortunate to have what we have.
yeah. Pretty cool. Great facility. I mean, I'm fired up for you. The fact that you made the jump, from Division 3 to this, and it's like it's crazy. It's like almost like why didn't we do this, in year one, because
Yeah, yeah.
but it's also like, hey, you got to play division.
No, but I'm very fortunate for my time at USM.
Yeah.
I met a lot of really good people at
Mhm.
USM, and I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah. Um, so another thing is you're like the crowd going from USM, going from 20 parents in the stands to like, you know, you guys get like probably 2,000 fans a night, right? Like you guys get crazy.
I'd probably say like maybe not quite 2,000, but like yeah, like a good 1,000. Yeah, we get a good amount of fans.
Yeah.
The stands get pretty full, and then a lot of people like to stand around the glass as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to stand.
Were you ever nervous going out for that first game at NC State?
Maybe a little bit. The first game of our season, which was like actually packed, was when we played ECU. That game was absurd. I actually didn't play that. They didn't have me play in that game. Um, but yeah, that game was actually absurd. But then the next game was also pretty packed. And honestly, I don't remember being that nervous. But I also didn't start. If I had started, then I definitely would have been nervous.
Mhm. Yeah.
I just get more nervous when I'm starting. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're wrapping up here. We got 2 minutes left. I'll give you the option. Do you want to keep going and talk a little bit more about Southern Maine, or do you have to go?
No, I mean I don't have to go.
Okay.
I'm down to talk about USM. I had a lot of fun at USM,
Yeah,
and
I
a
want
lot
to
of
talk. I
those
want to talk
guys,
about.
a lot of those guys are still the fellas,
They're very
still the
much the
fellas to
fellas.
this day. Like
Yeah.
Kyle, Zammer, Sabby, Demmer, you, like
And
still
you,
still the fellas. Like you
and
know
you,
what I
you're a
mean?
fella.
Like I still talk to them regularly. I played Fortnite with Zamer and Shabby like 2 days ago. Like those
Yep,
are the fellas.
they're
Like
beauty.
so many the thing is like we were with each other so much, like we'd go to practice in the morning and there'd be like 18 of us from the team at the D hall.
Mhm.
There'd be 18 of us and we'd be there for like 35 minutes minimum. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And like that was the best.
It was.
That was the best. Like going to the D hall, even though I would feel horrific after eating at the D hall, but like hanging out with the fellas at the D hall was the best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Especially you. You knew about it. You were a campus guy.
oh yeah, I was with you. I was with you right there. I mean, we had some great moments like the talks that you would have and you just hanging around the fellas. It wouldn't be like 20 minutes at the D hall. It'd be like hours at the D hall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially like after the season, like on a Friday when like you don't have anything to do, like
Yeah. Hanging out with the boys.
yeah, because like like after the season we'd still like come skate or we'd come work out, and then you work out in the morning and then go to the D hall and
Good stuff. All righty. Well, I will stop this episode right here and I'll send you another link in 2 seconds. And we'll talk quickly about Southern Maine and we'll wrap it up.
all
Episode
right.
3, baby. All right, one
All right.
sec here.
Okay.